Hey everybody, Johnny Vivento here again. How you doing everyone? I haven't made a video for the last couple of days, been kind of busy. Yeah, real busy here in Colorado. Please subscribe, press the like button. I really love to that to happen. You know, I really need some subscribers here. Been watching a lot of Timmy videos lately, you know. Not for long, I've been fast forwarding a lot of stuff. You guys are still enjoying him in Walmart. I noticed that. Been watching the reviews. Walmart is getting really popular amongst his followers. A lot of really bad videos coming out from these guys, Darling and Olive Oil and all these crazy guys. Grifters Anonymous, who's by a different name now. I don't know if even fair. I'm not even watching it. It just bores me to hell. Blind views as well. It's being blasted, I've noticed, by a few. But anyway, I just thought I'd come out here on a Wednesday night because I've had a hell of a long day today. It has been a hell of a long day. And here in Colorado, the weather's much better. I mean, it was like 78 degrees this afternoon. Oh, it was so good. Loved it, you know. A lot of people ask me. I want to answer a few of the questions that came up with the comments. Why are you not in Mexico? Well, I have a big storage unit that I have to take care of, okay? And there's a lot of stuff in there, and I can't just let it go. I mean, I'm going to have to sell it. You know, I'm not a minimalist, really. I mean, I am in a way, but really I got to get rid of a lot of stuff. Basically, that's what it is. It's old stuff. I have a lot of memorabilia that I've been collecting for 35, 40 years. A lot of my old stuff, you know, that I need, I don't want to get rid of. A lot I do want to get rid of. So, you know, I'm just straightening it all out. I thought, I've had a couple of years in Mexico. I've done nothing, really. I haven't done any work, really. No, very little, except on my places that I own. And I've had tenants. I've had to in and out, you know, and keep up with that stuff. But I really should have got an RV like Timmy. Really, I should have. I mean, you know, I think I would have enjoyed it. You know, there's no way you can RV around Mexico. People do it, but I would not recommend it. I wouldn't recommend RVing anywhere except for the United States. The roads are great. Everything's within reach. You break down, you get AAA. That's not everywhere, you know. I mean, I know you take it for granted. You think, oh, no, it isn't like that at all, man. I broke down 3-4 years ago. I was in Portugal, and I rented a car, and I broke down. It was actually my fault. What happened is somebody gave me an address. I wanted to look at a house. Somebody gave me an address that I should come to this area, which I did, and it was a really bad road, okay? But it was at night, and I couldn't really see that well. It was, you know, it was started to rain, and my car slid into a ditch, okay? And I thought, well, I have roadside assistance. I've rented a car. The car's not damaged. I just need to be hauled down slightly. Well, the roadside assistant said, well, we can be there tomorrow around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And now we're 8 o'clock the night previous. What are you talking about? So I had to knock on somebody's door. And incredibly, it was a British couple. There's a lot of Brits in Portugal, a lot of Dutch, a lot of Germans, but a lot of Brits. And this British guy came out and he says, you know, some of you are very lucky because I have a tractor. And he brought his tractor with a rope and he pulled my car out of the ditch. Incredible. Okay, but we take it for granted here because we live in the United States and everything's easier. You know, we kind of the infrastructure, the way things are done, things are more organized, I guess. But Mexico isn't that organized, not for traveling, because Mexico is a massive country, and mostly everybody lives in big cities, so the population is in big cities, and in between, things happen non-stop. Things are happening, you know, as we speak. Not just to foreigners, I mean to Mexicans too, but things do happen there, and I would not recommend taking an RV to Mexico. People do it. I know they do. I've seen Americans, I've seen Canadians do it, but it's not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Now, I am going to tell you again, reiterate everything I've been talking to you about retiring, because people say, why are you here? Well, I'm here for that reason. I want to be back in Mexico. I will be in the next year probably. Got a few problems over here. I have kids over here that I want to see as well, and I want to be with us for a while. But basically, Mexico is an incredible country to retire. And I'm not really talking to rich people, because rich people with lots of money, when I say rich, millionaires, they do what they want to do anyway. They don't have to come to Mexico. They can go to, I don't know, to Spain, southern Spain, which is nice. It's great, you know. They can even retire to Croatia. You know, there's so many places. I mean, I have friends who are in Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. But for me, I love Mexico because it's right next door to the United States, so it's like home. And the people are just incredible. Mexicans are great people, wonderful in every way, very, very helpful. That's what I found. And I've been around the world, and I know, and there is no better people than Mexicans. I got to be honest with you, there just isn't. And it's a wonderful place to be. Yeah, there's people going missing here in Mexico, let's say. Yeah, it happens. I get it. You know, the cartels and whatever, they've kind of taken over. It's so tough for the authorities to get this under control. It's very, very difficult because you don't know who's who. It's a country of 130 million people. You don't know who's who and whose side they're on. It's just so many things. But anyway, I'm talking to people of lower to middle class income, like myself, you know. Let's say, you know, I did come and I bought a couple of places. Yeah, I did. But let's say I didn't have that, and I would still come at 62 years old, or even 63, 64. I would definitely, Mexico would be the place, okay? And you might say, well, I've told you in 100 videos, please, not 100, maybe 50 videos, this is the way to do it. Okay, you can go to any city. And I would recommend even the Yucatan, Merida. Okay, so you look at Cancun, Playa del Carmen, those kind of areas. But for me, it's Merida. It's a little inland. It takes like a half an hour to get to the beach from there. It's a wonderful little city. And you can find a place there for 10,000 pesos, $500 a month, furnished. Somebody asked me today, when you talk about this $500 a month, electricity? No, usually no. But some landlords, they go, especially if you're an older couple, they might say, yeah, okay, we're going to include the electricity. It's going to cost $50 a month. Okay, now, do people blast the AC? Well, there can be a separate AC electrical system just for the AC, but you generally not. So they will ask you in the winter time, which winter here in Mexico is between October, so the beginning of October and the end of March. That's kind of like the winter time in Mexico. It's still, you know, I'm talking about by the coast, by the Pacific. It's still really warm, but you won't use the AC as much as the other 6 months. No, you won't. And you probably won't use it at all. I didn't. I was hardly using it in those months because you had a nice breeze and it was wonderful and great. And the water is even colder. So you can't, usually in the summer, you don't even have to put the hot water boiler on. You just leave it off because you have a water tank on top of mostly every building, and the heat is enough for you to take a shower. You know, so you can take a shower for the whole family without even putting the hot water on. But in the winter, you have to put the hot water on. So it just shows you it is colder at night, and it is colder. So the water is not heating up as much. You don't feel it because you're in like 80 degrees, where in the summer you're in 95 degrees. It's a big difference. Those 15 make a very big difference. So you get to Mexico. So I'm going to give you the tips. I'm going to tell you my tips. Merida, a place called Manzanillo, which is in a state called Colima. Mazatlan, which is in Sinaloa, which is people say it's a dangerous state, but Mazatlan is not a dangerous place at all. It's a wonderful place to live. And Puerto Vallarta. So actually Puerto Vallarta, Bucerías, and Puerto Vallarta, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bucerías. It's actually Nuevo Nayarit now. They changed the name. So it's Puerto Vallarta, Nuevo Nayarit, and Bucerías. Those three there. A little further north you have Mazatlan. Then you go a little south to Manzanillo, which is in Colima. It's another state. There's another, even further south than that, you have Oaxaca, which is not by the coast, but it's very close by. You can get to the coast very quickly. If you want to live by the coast, you can, at different little towns in Oaxaca. It's the state of Oaxaca, but the city of Oaxaca is just a wonderful place. It's like the best place in Mexico. And then go the opposite side of the country, you have Merida, which is in the Yucatan, and you have Cancun. Okay, now those places I would recommend also, same thing, $500 a month, all in, okay, probably not including electricity, but some do, okay, so everything's furnished, you have all the amenities, $500 a month, that is it, okay, and you can actually, you can decide if you want to buy a bicycle, if you want to walk to the beach every day, or get a bus, or get an Uber, okay, especially if you're in, it's about 20 minutes from the city of Merida to the beach, okay? So buses are non-stop. I mean, you can get a bus, a lot of tourists, wonderful place, great place to live, and just enjoy Mexico, okay? Now, you arrive, as I was reiterating, I'm going to reiterate this again, you arrive at the airport, my city, Puerto Vallarta, okay? This is what I know from Puerto Vallarta, but you can, research this, because you can go on YouTube and you can find people that have moved there, people at lower to mid-income, okay, who want to retire. Sarasota Tim's way, $1,700 a month, $1,800 a month, $1,600 a month. If you're married.
Yeah, the library will be closing in 20 minutes.
The library will be closing in 20 minutes, so I'm going to be like 2 minutes here more, or maybe 5. So anyway, you arrive at the airport, and all the airports are great. All the airports are really easily accessible to the cities, very, very easy to get everywhere. And you arrive in Puerto Vallarta. You already have an Airbnb booked for 2 days. That's what you should have. An Airbnb close to the airport and close to the resort. Oh, sorry. My fault. And you arrive at the airport. You've got your Airbnb already booked up. You've got a taxi waiting for you. Or ask somebody where to get a taxi. And I wouldn't recommend right outside the door of the airport. I recommend going somewhere across the bridge in Puerto Vallarta, where you can find a taxi which will be half the price. And you get to your Airbnb. Within 1 or 2 days, you would have found a place to live. Okay, if you walk downtown, all around downtown, like the radius of like 2 or 3 miles, you will find people having their windows for rent. Okay, se renta. Okay, in the windows, and you can go and inquire. You might even have the price on it. It's happened many times, but usually is a telephone number, Sarenta. You give it a call. You can use your U.S. telephone in Mexico as you can use it in the U.S. The towers are the same. You can do it. You don't have to change any plans or anything like that. What is that noise? There's a noise here, but I'm just forget that. So anyway, so you have your place to live. You're going to find somewhere within 1 or 2 days. I guarantee it. It will be between 8,000 pesos, $400, and 1,200 pesos. Sorry, 8,000 pesos, $400, 12,000 pesos, which is $600, all inclusive. Okay, so you can go in between there. Hopefully you get a place for 500. There's 2 of you. Okay, so you're both getting Social Security. Let's say the wife hasn't worked as much as you because she's a housewife, okay, and she's had children, I'm pretty sure. Most people have. Ladies, they don't work as much as the man. Let's say she gets 1,200 and you get 1,800. You got 3,000 pesos easy. Okay? You're going to spend, so you have, how much is that? $3,000, which is 60,000 pesos. You're only going to spend 10,000 pesos on your apartment. Okay? But you need a deposit, of course, which will be the same as the month's rent. So you're going to spend 20,000 a grand. It's going to cost you. But it's furnished. You have to worry about furniture. And you move in. You've got internet included in most places. You have water, usually. But you don't have to go and buy water. Usually somewhere rented, they have filtered water. So you're there for that price. And enjoy your life. Okay? Get an Uber to the beach or walk. If you want to walk, if you want to keep fit, that's the best. It's the best place to do it. Great weather, great people, great food. Usually, wherever you live, there's restaurants around. Wherever you're going to live, there are restaurants around. Taco bars. Okay, where you get great, great food. Much better tacos in the United States. Way, way better. In a different league. Okay, and you will understand that when you live in Mexico for a few months. You'll understand the food is just out of sight. Okay, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow, and I will make another video. Sorry this isn't such a good one. This is just a rush thing. I just came here actually to pick up my son from the library, and I thought I'd make a video while I'm here. And I love you all, and God bless you. Bye.